Okay, so I want to share with you now a second level of working with heart touch. So this is a practice that I've made inspired from the work of Akinobu Kishi. This is my simple interpretation of that work. So begin again with your partner. I don't have a partner here. This is the reality at the moment. So we have to imagine that I'm facing a partner that I'm working with. Begin again with gyoki, mirror gyoki. So give your weight to the ground, both people. Focus on the ground beneath you, holding you. At any moment when you notice that you're resisting gravity, holding tension in the body, then just let it go. Go empty inside. Forget the past, forget the future, just be here this moment. Perhaps your breathing changes or deepens. So bring your hands to touch your stomach. Just feel your own breath for a moment. You could move your hands to touch other areas if you feel like you need to connect and soothe yourself. You can blow air at any time. Bring your hands in front, palms together. So feel the contact between the hands now, as well as the ground, and your breath coming in, going out. Notice what's happening in your own body. I can feel my shoulders softening and releasing now. Open your hands into holding the ball, chi ball. Feel into the palms of your hands. Perhaps there's a sense of expansion, contraction. As you breathe in and breathe out, do this up to 9 times, 9 breaths. And then slowly bring your hands closer together. And then blow air through your hands. And then touch. So you can do longer versions of this where you include the breathing in through the fingers into your hara. You can spend more time with things, more time in contact, but this is up to you. This is a preparation practice. If you are working with someone that you know well, you might not even need to do this, but it's up to you. So both people bow to each other now, gasho. Could be a higher style, it could be lower style if you'd like. Come up. The receiving partner, whoever's that going to be, turn around now. So the active person can see your back. So both people come back to your meditation now. Close your eyes. Just come back to yourself. Stabilize. Again, notice your own breath coming in, going out. Quickly scan through yourself to see how you are. Your head, neck and shoulders, arms, down to your hands. Chest area, abdominal area, pelvis, thighs, knees, lower legs, ankles, feet. So you check in and notice how you are. And then when you're ready, slowly open your eyes. See the person in front. So your eyes just see. There's no active looking. You're not looking for details or any kind of tick box list, but you just see. You see the hair, shapes, colors, clothing, textures and colors. You see body shape, positioning, the way they sit, hold themselves. But there's no judgment or analysis. There's nothing that we have to do with this. We just notice. No thought stream. You just see like an artist. So your eyes are innocent, childlike. And then start to notice the small movement of the body with the breath. And notice any movements of the body. They might be so fine you almost can't see them, but you kind of notice and feel them. So you just keep watching. And then when you're ready, come closer. So find this comfortable distance. This right distance between yourself and the person in front. You don't want to smother or be too far apart. Keep watching the breath. And then bring your hands perhaps above the shoulders. So like I said in the previous video, nothing is fixed in this. You could start lower down or in another place, and that may be right. Yeah. So I've experienced this, where the shoulders weren't the wanted place. The first place in that instance should have been behind the heart. So there's nothing fixed. But if you're above the shoulders, it's a fairly neutral place that allows you to connect with the breath. So this is helpful. So I'm just feeling in the space above the shoulders, not touching, watching the breath. And then when it's the right moment, So don't wait too long, don't be too quick. Just bring the hands down to rest on the shoulders. It could be further away from the neck or closer to the neck. So you feel where that first contact is going to be. So you feel for a moment, keep watching, softening your wrists, your arms, shoulders. Let your own body be breathed, be moved by the other person's breath. So you're letting their breath move you. Their breath is the boss now. And keep feeling in yourself how you are. Now if you get an urge to move to another place, you can do that. Here I'll show what I call my kind of heart touch body scan. So if you have a clear urge, then follow that. Go to another place. Or you can follow kind of patterns that I've found over time. So one pattern is to come down to the arms on both sides. So I'm just holding the upper arm perhaps, and then still watching the breath and feeling the breath. Yeah, so this is just one pathway which you can follow. And then I might come lower down the arm. So where you actually touch is based on your feeling. And I'll come down again, maybe to the elbows. And all the time you keep looking, giving this total unconditional attention. I might even hold on the upper forearm under the elbows. So this would depend. This is still a free practice, a spontaneous practice. You keep observing the breath and feeling where you want to go, and noticing what's happening when you do that. So there's a research, it's live. And then you move on when it feels like it's time to move on. So that's one way. Another way could also be from the shoulders coming down to the upper back, either side of the scapula. So again, this is like feeling angel wings. I can feel the breath. More subtle movement. So it may be that you feel you want to go this way from the scapula, and then coming down, and then you may come down to the back of the heart. So your contact is light, but you make contact. So it's real touch when you're touching, but not heavy, not pressing, not doing anything. You're not doing massage or stimulation, where our hands are like mirrors for the person's feeling, but we're also meeting in different places and inviting the person's consciousness to meet you. So we're back at the heart. And now it's to explore this relationship. So with the person sitting in front, how can you naturally touch and work? So you've got good access to other areas of the back, lower down. You may need to move your own body. So you adjust your own position anytime that you want to, so that you're touching in a comfortable way for your own body. So you can work on lower back, other areas of the back. What you also have here is good access to work at the back and the front at the same time. So you would move to the side of the person, and then perhaps you could hold behind the heart and in front of the heart, or you could work with the forehead and behind the heart. So some people may not like this. For some people, this is the real gateway which helps you come into resonance and connection. So you need to feel yourself, what is wanted. Yeah, is this intrusive or is it wanted? You also have good access to working with the head. And so you can touch around the sides of the head. There are some places on the crown of the head I can show in another time, which give you deep access into the hara, into the spine. But that's for another time. But just to feel around the head, you have good contact, good access. Maybe invite the person to lie down now, so you would come to the side. So they can lie down, lie face down. When you're more experienced, you can let go of this pattern. It doesn't have to be this way, and it doesn't have to be in a certain order, but at least for the beginning, it's helpful to work in this way. So with the person lying face down, again begin, just look at the whole body. So there's no rush. You're not trying to achieve anything fast. In fact, you're giving space, and the more space, the better. So observe the whole body. Notice how the feet are aligned, legs and hips are aligned. Anything else that attracts your attention? And be stable in yourself. Notice how you are. And then bring your hands above the body, above the back. If there's a particular place that attracts your attention for first contact, you could go there with both hands. You can also go there with one hand. And then just let your hands come down. So your hands in the end know where to go. So this is for you to find out, to research. That if you keep watching the breath, if the resonance builds up, then your hands know. So find the first place for the two hands, let them settle. And now if you've got an urge, you can move to a second place. So it might be around the shoulder and the side of the waist. So you can see now the access that you've got. You can touch from your position at the side and cover most areas of the back. You can also touch around the base of the neck and link that with parts of the back. You can also touch around the head, and it would depend on how the person's laying their head. You might work on the side of the head or the top of the head. So you have good access to touch here, and you can work on all of the spine. So keep watching all the time. We can follow this kind of guidance, this body scan pattern that I'm demonstrating, but look all the time. Is the body calling? Is it asking for attention in some particular area? And if it is, then go there. So let go of the pattern. It's not important now. So you're giving this open attention all the time, not being obsessed with where you're working now, always noticing, is this wanted? Is the body calling in some other place? So this attention is the real work. Okay, we can move down now to kind of lower body area. When you're working with any kind of massage, the sacrum, the buttocks, this is part of the area of working. This is not at all any kind of sexual practice, and so you're respecting privacy for people, yeah, and understanding your relationship and what is wanted. But the sacrum area, buttocks area, you touch with respect, not stimulating, but these are important areas to work, part of the body's energy. Coming down to the legs and thighs, so perhaps touching on both thighs. So you can feel where on the thighs you work. I usually work in one place and feel where that is today. And then down to the back of the knees. You need to adjust your own position as you move down, perhaps. So holding both knees from the back, and then down to the back of the calves. I'll often come below the person then, and then holding the ankles, and then the feet, and then the toes. And it can really come down to the quality of holding the ends of the toes. So you feel your journey down as you follow this scan. And then let go. Invite the person to turn over again. Come back to their side. So they're now lying face up. And again, calm yourself, watch the whole body. Notice what is important, what's calling you somehow. You could do the holding the hand on the knee, holding the hand kind of practice if you wanted to do, that I shared in a previous video, HeartTouch 1. Or you could work directly onto the belly area. If you get a sense the person doesn't want that, especially if their hands are placed there, then I wouldn't go there now. I would go to the head. I'll do in a moment. If it's okay and you feel the person is relaxed with you, then you could place one hand on the shoulder perhaps. I like to do it to touch lightly under the base of the neck, but the shoulder is okay if that's not comfortable for you. And then the other hand, bring it above the stomach area in the air. And just feel for a moment, keep watching the breath. Notice anywhere that's attracting you, calling you. And then bring your hand down over the stomach area. So there may be pulls to different places. You can follow them, let your hands move to different areas around the abdomen. And just ride up and down on the breath, like a bird, a seabird landing on water. So don't intervene, don't push in, but follow the breath in as it's there. So we can go in a little bit at the moment as the breath allows us in. Later on, it's possible to work deeper inside, but not at this stage. You need to have more therapeutic experience. We can move now to the head. So if you sit behind the head, so now just lightly place your hands either side of the base of the neck. This is a beautiful practice to share with another person. You're not doing anything, just keep watching the breath and feeling around the bones at the base of the neck, the occiput. You can move to other areas slightly higher up, holding the head if you want to. And then there's lots of scope for variations. If you've had any kind of massage bodywork training, it's possible to work in lots of different ways now around the cranium, around the forehead, around the face. But we're maintaining this way of working, of not doing anything for any particular reason other than that the moment's calling us to work there. If you don't have that, then stay with this simple body scan. So holding the head, it's possible to hold the neck in one hand and touch on the lower chest or on the stomach area, or you can have your hand above the breast area, the chest area. You need to touch with respect, so off the body is good. If you feel confident, you can work in the middle. But always make sure that your touch is within the boundaries of your work. So remember and understand this sacred bubble that you're working in. If you break someone's trust, you may never have a connection with them again, and this is something which is a bad feeling for both people and is lost. So this is the opposite to what we're doing here. Everything is about building trust and connection. Let's come down now to lower body. So you might work on both thighs from the front. And then down to the front of the knees. The front of the lower legs. And then come down below the person. And hold the feet. And then slowly come lower down towards the toes. And I say the contact as you're moving down can be really important, down to the end of the toes even. And you keep watching the breath, keep settling inside yourself. And then when you're finished, when it feels like it's enough, break the contact. Come back up towards the person's shoulder. Place one hand on the shoulder and then lightly tap. And then communicate that it's over now. Okay, thank you. both people come back to the beginning position. The lying down person, do so in your own time with respect to how you're feeling. So you both come up to facing each other and then finish like you began. So bow to each other. Say thank you because you've shared something very special together. And then you can swap over. And it's important at the end of a session, when you're learning, but really any time, to share feedback of what each person experienced. Yeah, 'cause this is how you learn. Your head needs to learn. You're exploring something which is beyond the direct experience of the thinking mind, and you need to learn what's happening and build trust. Okay, thank you very much.